I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. I've been sleeping in my bed.
Buck Rackley is an area digital artist and the father of 3.5 children.
So show me family.
Y'all give it up for Buck Rackley.
Hello, everyone.
For the next one, you need to move the podium. So,
Okay.
I have a short presentation here, and it's all images that I've taken when I was really a little bit mangled in the head. I wasn't quite comfortable with where I was at in life. And what I did to fix that was try to get out of my comfort zone as much as possible. Like this girl. A lot of it was going places that I had never been. This was going somewhere where I had been before, but wasn't really comfortable and wanted to go see something again and get a new take on it. It's because I don't really like sports, and this is where the Hornets Arena was. This is what it looks like now. And there's just huge crags and crevices all over the place. It's really beautiful. This is nearby, and this is a train going by, the streaks in the front. The trains come really fast through this area. This is a drag queen dressed as Cinderella, and this is my daughter dressed as Cinderella. And I have a great story about this, but it won't fit in 20 seconds, so I'll have to tell you some other time. But yeah, she was wearing her dress, and one thing about the things we were doing that I wanted to point out is be safe. There's so many wonderful things out there that you never see. You know, going to work, going to the movies, going to a restaurant, and everything like that. There are some dangerous areas and stuff like that, but there are incredible things to see. You know, I'm never going to see this art anywhere else other than right here. I never would have seen that if I hadn't just been walking around in a neighborhood that I didn't think had anything interesting to it. You know, it was over on the west side. You know, it was a convenience store. I just felt like walking around for a little bit. I didn't know that was there before seeing it, and that's one of my favorite images I have. I tried to focus on creativity as much as possible, and as opposed to just getting someone a card, I'd like to offer the audience the idea of taking a picture, making something fun about it. You know, arranging two men into a 23 for that girl's 23rd birthday in an overpass that was being built over off of Freedom Drive. I broke a lot of stuff, and not out of anger and not as an accident, but just to enjoy breaking something, you know, for once, instead of being like, oh, no, you know, every time you break something. A lot of wine bottles filled with water, baseball bats, katanas. One thing I learned in this is that I actually do kind of like pain a little bit. I think it's cleansing. I don't think it's really a bad thing. I try to avoid injury, but I still look at the scar that I got on my hand from this picture fondly every time. And it's fun. Yes. There's a lot of places that you can go to explore. You know, there's a lot of things outside of the norm that you're used to that are really beautiful, impressive, scary, dirty, bug-ridden, but also neat and brand new compared to anything else that you've done maybe in the past couple years, depending on what you do. We make sure when we're doing things like this, me and my wonderful friends that do this with me and help me come up with these ideas, one of the things we don't do is do any graffiti or damage. This is a long exposure. We paint with light. You know, it's just as satisfying. We still have the picture. We don't have to deface anything. We don't need to leave our mark like that. My favorite quote that I've heard on the subject is, take only pictures, leave only footprints. This guy's here. Woo. I bought a bunch of homeless dudes beer. It was a great night. They weren't really doing anything anyway. We were both warmer. There's a lot of warm conversation. It was very nice. Got to hang out at their house. Those aren't the homeless dudes. And And I did it with friends, is a big part of this whole presentation. Is I couldn't have done any, I mean, I could have, but the pictures would be a lot more boring. You know, that would just be like some white and blue and a couple lines. But, you know, I did all this with friends and running around in these places and just finding new things, you know, with a small group of friends, whether you knew them really well or not. It's a blast. It's wonderful. One of the things we focused on was trying to find fun no matter what the situation was. You know, whether it's a boring line at a drive-thru, whether it's that awkward silence in a public restroom, whether it's that building, you know, like having fun wherever you can. There is some way. There's some way to have fun, no matter what the situation is. Like this. That was, and my wife fell down right there. Hard. This is one of my favorite images that I have, and it just accents why I love doing this sort of thing. Is I will never be able to probably see that again. Never saw it before, and just the way things came through when we're out here, that smoke that makes this wonderful orange glow off the streetlights over there inside just started coming out of nowhere. We have no idea where, and it was obviously time to leave. The thing that gives me the strength to stand up in front of you and talk right now is hitting the trigger on that camera and running to the base of that structure and climbing up that rickety loose bolt ladder to try and get to the top before those 20 seconds were up. I fought for what I believed in, and this was a great day, and this is when the Nazis and KKK came to Charlotte to protest at City Hall, and this is kind of recently. This was our whole team going out there, quite amped out, not the friendliest bunch, but they all felt very strongly about them being here. This was the Latin American coalition who followed up our group and came dressed as clowns, and just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. And dropped that flag right in front of us because they thought we were the Nazis in the KKK. Thank you.
Y'all give it up for Buck Rackley one more time.